Coming up on Medical Economics Weekly, using a smartphone can make you look older. Healthcare workers are spending too much time on Facebook, and is the FDA finally going after app developers? All of that and more coming up. You're watching Medical Economics Weekly. I'm Kevin Stout.
I'm Brandon Glenn, and this is the show where we keep you up to date on trending news about healthcare, practice management, and healthcare social media. We have more evidence that physicians are not pleased with their electronic health record systems. A small survey from a company called Software Advice found that 31% of physicians said they wanted to replace their EHRs. Now that is a jump of 10 percentage points from 2010 when the survey was previously administered. Now we do need to stress that this was a small survey. It included only about 385 medical practices, but we should also note that a similar survey last year of 17,000 physicians got fairly similar results. So, why are physicians so fed up with their EHRs? Well, those EHRs are either too old, too expensive, or don't play well with other technologies. Some doctors who took this survey also reported that they were tired of being nickeled and dimed by EHR vendors on system upgrades.
In addition to exercise and a better diet, you may want to add reduced smartphone use to your list of suggestions you tell nearly all of your patients. According to the American Society of Aesthetic Plastic Surgery, high smartphone usage can make you look prematurely old. Forbes reporter John Stark calls it smartphone face. The article talks about a cosmetic surgeon in Minnesota that keeps a description of the problem on his website. The website attributes the following statement to ASAPS. Lines and creases may develop if you spend an excessive amount of time texting and checking your email on your smartphone. The constant downward gaze caused by smartphone use may be causing some individuals to experience more lines and creases on their neck than would appear naturally. Even if your face maintains its youthful volume, signs of aging on the neck can give you away.
A new study in the Journal of Medical Internet Research raises the question of whether healthcare workers spend too much time on Facebook. The study was conducted by University of Florida researchers and tracked internet use at an unidentified medical center's emergency department for 15 days. Researchers found that ED staff cumulatively spent about 12 minutes per hour on Facebook. Night workers spent much more time on Facebook than their counterparts in the day, about 20 minutes per hour for night workers compared to about 4 minutes per hour for daytime workers. Interestingly, the researchers found that ED workers used Facebook more as the emergency department became busier. The authors concluded by saying that they found the level of Facebook use that they uncovered in clinical spaces to be, quote, unacceptably high, unquote.
A survey from Black Book Rankings is reporting that 83% of doctors would use EHR apps but don't have access to them. The survey is a follow-up to a similar survey last year which found that physicians weren't satisfied with their first EHR and many plan to switch. Access to mobile versions of the EHRs should seem to be a large factor in that decision to switch. According to this survey, 122 EHR vendors plan to launch mobile access or mobile apps for their technology by the end of the year, with an additional 135 planning a mobile version, but not necessarily in the near future. Some other interesting data from this survey is that only 8% of physicians use a mobile device for e-prescribing, but 83% claim that they would use a mobile device for other tasks such as updating charts, checking labs, and ordering medications if their EHR made the features available.
In an interview with Medical Economics, Andrew Morris Singer, MD, of primary care advocacy group Primary Care Progress, talks about the Dean's Lie. Now, what is the Dean's Lie? According to Morris Singer, medical school deans consistently tout the number of graduates who go into primary care residencies, but the catch is that many of these graduates will never go into primary care practice, instead choosing a subspecialty during their time in residency. For example, only about 20% of internal medicine residents actually end up on to practice as general internists, according to a Mayo Clinic study last year. So rather than asserting the percentage of medical school graduates who go into primary care residencies, a more accurate measure would be the percentage who actually go on to practice in primary care after their residencies are over. A fair question is, why does any of this matter? The answer, according to Morris Singer, is that the Dean's Lie gives the public a false sense of security that the nation's medical schools are doing enough to address the country's looming shortage of primary care doctors.
The FDA has launched its first investigation into an unregulated mobile app. The app in question, UCheck, received a letter from the FDA asking for their FDA clearance number for the app, which they obviously don't have. The app is designed to go along with urinalysis test pads to test for urinary tract infections. The app works by taking a picture of the test strip. The app will then identify concentrations of substances in the strip and return results to the user. The FDA seems to have a problem with the fact that the app is being used as an automated strip reader, which according to the FDA needs their approval. This letter was probably meant as a warning to any other app developers that are moving into territory that may need FDA approval. Fortunately for Biosense Technologies, the company that owns UCheck, it seems that the FDA is working with them to come up with a solution for the app. The co-founder of India-based Biosense was quoted saying, "We intend to work very closely with the US FDA over the coming months to ensure that we continue to deliver accurate, affordable, and convenient diagnostics across the world." Instead of a tweet of the week, we wanted to highlight a comment from our Facebook page. So for our Facebook comment of the week, Dr. Rosemary Leach replied to our question about a prediction of how ACOs will fare. She replied, "I think they will flourish. I appreciate being part of an employed hospital group. I otherwise couldn't afford the Epic computer program." Thanks for your feedback, Dr. Leach. And to be featured on our podcast, be sure to mention us on Twitter at Medeconomics or engage with us on Facebook at facebook.com/medicaleconomics. Thanks for watching Medical Economics Weekly. Go to medicaleconomics.com for this episode's show notes with more information on all of the topics we covered. And to get more episodes, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, and like us on Facebook. We'll be back soon with more healthcare and practice management news. Don't miss it.